don't know why I'm crying about this, but it just really frustrates me. Like, the medical system here in the US sucks. They just care about your money, and they don't want to help you for real.
So Americans, rich and poor, are packing their bags and leaving the United States of America. From the first 6 months of this year compared to the first 6 months of last year, Americans moving to other countries has increased by 90%. That's right, 90%. And so that's almost double what it was last year. And so, folks, people are seeing the craziness and the chaos and the instability and the violence, and they're just leaving.
Remember, remember, they stole us from our home and took us everywhere in the world. We got all the resources and all of everything we need that we need to bring back home.
All across America, something is shifting. More and more Black Americans are saying they've had enough. Enough of the pressure, the racism, the constant feeling of being on edge, and the weight of never truly belonging. And what's interesting is where many of them are returning next. Guess where? Africa. For centuries, this was the land their ancestors were taken from, a place where they were told to forget or even fear. But now in 2025, the story is starting to flip. People are going back not for vacation, not because it's trending, but because they are tired yet hopeful. Hopeful that maybe Africa can offer something America never really did: peace, identity, and a sense of home. You can feel that exhaustion in people's voices, that feeling of constantly proving your worth in a place that still sees you as other. Now, before we dive in, a quick shout out to all the creators featured. Credit to you all. Now, let's take a listen, and I'll be right back after
I'm a
this.
black girl who moved out of the United States. It's a Monday night right now. I'm about to go for my nightly walk, and I just wanted to take some time to thank God and also share a little bit about my story. If you are a black woman who has been thinking about moving out of the United States, if it has been on your mind and your heart and your spirit to do so, please let this be your sign. I literally was someone who was experiencing a lot of housing instability, and all throughout high school, all throughout college, and things were just incredibly difficult for me throughout the pandemic. And God put it in me and my best friend's heart to take a leap of faith and get into content creation, and to also think about moving and living in a different country. And I can honestly say that that decision has truly changed my life for the better. I can't believe that I'm just 50 cents away from some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. I can't believe that my stress and my mental health issues have been really just, they've just dissipated from God ushering me to take this leap of faith and moving to a new country. I'm so in awe of how quickly and how amazingly God can just change things and make things happen, like, for our good. And I just want anyone who has been thinking about taking a leap of faith and moving abroad to do it. Like, do it. You do not have to stay in the same environments that have made you sick. You do not have to try to heal in those environments that are hell-bent on watching you suffer and struggle. And if you are a black person in America and your eyes is open, even in a small capacity, you know that things are really difficult and they may not be improving anytime soon. So now is a great time for you to start looking into other countries you may be interested in living in. People are moving abroad and having better lives, and moving abroad doesn't automatically make things perfect, but trust and believe things are definitely better abroad than they are currently in the United States. So take that chance if it's been on your heart, and know that a community will be waiting for you, or God will provide for you wherever you get to where you want to be.
American dream that we were taught as kids does not exist anymore. So for example, we were told to go to school, get a degree, buy a house. How are we going to do that today? I'm from San Francisco, and the average house in San Francisco right now is $1.2 million. Who the F can afford a $1.2 million house? And again, this is not even a beautiful house. There's going to be homeless people probably right in front of your house. People are going to be breaking into your car. It's so dirty. It's so disgusting. It's not safe. Like, who wants to live like that? I'm sorry. I have to leave, and I'm glad I did.
I get asked all the time, why would you leave the USA to come to Africa? or specifically Namibia, if it's a Namibian asking, I realize a lot of people don't know the experience of what a Black American looks like. But the first answer is, it's spiritual. This is the land that my ancestors are from. I am from African ancestry, and this is where I believe I belong. My ancestors came from here. They didn't come because they wanted to be in America. They came because they were taken as captives, prisoners of war. And that is a different thing than if they had decided, if my ancestors said, I love America, I love this land, I want to go there. Maybe that's a different thing. Maybe I'd have a different spirit about it. But at this point, I felt a deep spiritual call. And then we were able to save up enough money to be able to make this move, which is expensive and risky. And it takes a lot of money to do that. But we achieved the American dream, and we took our American dream dollars and brought them to Africa to reinvest here. And that means a lot to us. And again, that's a very spiritual thing to do. America in and of itself is not the place it's propagandized to be. It's a place with a lot of challenges and problems. There's a lot of poverty in America. There's a lot of death that we witness, to the point that we're desensitized to it. This is America, you know. This is what it looks like. I mean, it's all of the above. It's wealth and it's extreme poverty. You know, America has both of the things. It has beautiful things. It has places that are as beautiful as this, what I'm in right now, and it has places as dark as what you would think hell might look like. They literally have places named after hell in America. Rightly so, because they're dark places. So it goes it goes every direction in that country. So there's no one America. There's no one American experience. There's really no one Black American experience. So I say all that to just say, you know, what you believe America is may not be accurate. And that is part of the reason people can't even believe why anybody would want to leave. Why would you want to leave the USA? It's got to be the best place ever. And it's, you know, it's not necessarily the best place ever. And then people that don't know about Africa will say, why would you go to Africa? You know, it's not a great place. Like, why? It's in poverty. It's, you know, a third world country. And I'm like, Africa has many countries. And it's not a third world continent. And even the third world has some amazing features and beauty and beautiful people and culture. And being third world, which is a very old concept, just means not like what you knew, not industrialized the way you knew it. Poverty exists just like it is in America. I have fed people on the street in America. I have seen starving children in America. And so I know that it exists in both places. So, you know, I'm not trying to minimize anything. I'm just trying to remind people that haven't been to Africa that there are many, many parts of Africa. There are many, many experiences in Africa, just like in the States. So just like in the States, you can be in poverty in the United States, have very little, live in a dilapidated house. You can, in Africa, live in poverty in a dilapidated house and scrimp and scrounge for food. You can also be very wealthy and live in a giant house and have an abundance of everything that you'd ever want living in Africa, and for a lot cheaper than you can get it in America. Just saying, you know.
Also, I'm in Africa for the first time. Do I feel exponentially better? Absolutely. Is my hair softer? Yes. Is my skin brighter? Yes. Is it breaking out a little bit because of the traveling? Yes. But I feel so much better. And it's so funny because a lot of the locals are like, you can relax, you can have fun. You're not in the war zone anymore. You can disarm yourself, soldier. And you really do realize your level of tenseness. Like, you're so tense, you're so uptight, you can't just relax in the States. And I would say, argue that, like, globally, really, I'm not going to act like Africa doesn't have its issues and its parts of areas and countries that are going through a lot right now. But where I am right now is carefree, it's half fun, it's let loose. And I'm trying to really honor that. So half work, half play. But I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity to be here. If you are a Black American, please find your way home.
Here are the top 10 reasons why African Americans are moving out of the USA. 1, people are scared out of their minds. Scared to breathe, scared to think, scared to have an opinion, scared for their lives, scared for their body, just freaking scared. Of who? I ain't gonna say who, we already know who. We can't afford to live in the USA, our own country. The rent is high, food is high, the cost of living is just high. And of course, minimum wage doesn't allow you to be able to afford the cost of living. The bullying that we experience at work, the bullying we experience just on a daily basis just for having dark skin. Yeah, I mean, it's my country too. I was born here. The food quality in the USA really, really sucks. For instance, high fructose corn syrup is that very concentrated sugar additive that you see in pretty much everything processed. That is really, really, really bad for your health, especially your heart. But it's allowed in the USA, but not in other countries. It's like literally illegal. A lot of us, and self included, we're tired of the disrespect. We're tired of being lied on. We're tired of the stereotypes, the categories they put us in. We're tired of all of that BS. Like, we're tired of fighting. We just want peace. And like, most of all, like, we just don't want to die before our time.
I made it out of the US. The burdens that fall off of your shoulders when you leave that place. It's like waking up out of the Matrix. It feels like opening your eyes for the first time. It feels like dreams can actually live outside of your mind. It feels like living in humanity and not in a simulation. This is just my experience. I know there's a lot of people that love it in the US, and I love that so much for you. But not everybody feels that way, and that's also okay.
I'm in Africa on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. At a restaurant on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard.
Don't fall for the hype, y'all. You are African.
Just to be able to exist without being targeted, harassed, unalived, brutalized, and the ongoing everyday threat of not knowing if you're going to make it to your destination when you leave your house, or just being in your house and the police busting through your door and unaliving you because of the no-knock raid law, and just how good it is to be black and free, to just live. The African American dream is in Africa, man. It is. You could just literally be black, happy, and free.
And it's not just one or two people, it's a wave. Well, some choose to stay and fight through it, but others, they want peace. That's when Africa starts to look less like a faraway idea and more like an answer. And honestly, that's what people don't get. It's not about giving up on America, it's about giving yourself a chance to breathe. Even with all the challenges returnees talk about online, people are still going. They are still buying those one-way tickets, still talking, still taking that leap, because at some point, peace starts to matter more than comfort.
West Africans sold us into slavery, so therefore I'm going to use that as a justification to have animosity or hatred towards them. But you don't keep that same energy for the descendants of those who actually enslaved you here in America, systematically enslaved you for hundreds of years. And while it is true that there were many Africans involved in the slave trade working with Europeans to capture slaves, it's also true that there are many, many examples of African kingdoms and people who fought against the slave trade.
My brother, you live in Chirac. Yes, home of King Von, the serial unaliver, Chief Keef. We saw what happened over Juneteenth weekend. I mean, come on, man. It's dangerous in the States. And I think that's one of the things that they use to scare us, fear, instilling fear in us and saying, oh, this is dangerous. Oh, this is scary. Don't do this, right? And if you listen to that and you internalize it, you realize that, you know, it makes you not want to leave your environment. It makes you want to stay trapped in a potentially very dangerous environment, more so than where you want to go or travel to. It's almost like the lie when they tell us that Africans hate us. I'm going to do a video about that, so look out for that. It's like, no, don't do this because this thing is scary or it's bad. It's like when people used to say money is the root of all evil. You're using scare tactics and fear mongering to prevent people from wanting to branch out and do other things that may help their lives or expand their consciousness. Listen, go visit Africa, man. It's beautiful, and they love us as Black Americans. We are one. Peace from Khalees.
When I hear people say, oh, Africa is dangerous, I just smile because if you look closer, you'll find thousands of Black Americans living peacefully in places like Ghana, Kenya, Gambia, Rwanda, Uganda, Zambia, and yes, even Nigeria. Despite what the media shows, a lot of people are thriving, doing business, raising families, building communities, and just being themselves. They are realizing Africa isn't this chaotic, hopeless place people make it out to be. It's full of energy, creativity, and opportunity. Once you connect with the people, they'll treat you like family.
You know, when I was coming out here, what they were telling me how dangerous this place was. Don't go to Nigeria. Don't go to Nigeria. Be careful because they scammers. Okay, everywhere in the world is scammers. I'm from Detroit. People scam you everywhere.
People kill you on the street.
People carry. Listen, bro. My daddy was murdered. My dad was murdered. I was in the 10th grade, shot in the head, bro. Wow. My sister was murdered 3 years ago, shot in the head, bro. The most dangerous place you could be in is the U.S. It's probably the safest I ever felt in a long time, bro. Guess why? Because my own people taking care of me. They making sure I'm good. Like, where you going? What's the number? What's the address? You understand? But they got a whole different perspective of what Nigeria and Africa look like on the other side. Legit.
Because they've never been here.
They never been here. And the reason why they never been here because they make it kind of hard to get here, but God made sure I was here. It's not there you want to go.
It's home.
It's our people who we need to bring home. Remember, they stole us from our home and took us everywhere in the world. We got all the resources and all of everything we need that we need to bring back home. You feel me? That can empower our people, but that's not where you want to go. If I was you and I see this video, I want to encourage you to visit the motherland.
Hey beautiful people, I just want to talk more about the benefits of moving to Africa, Nigeria specifically, from the United States. I had a video a couple days ago where I was talking about benefits, and I talked about health benefits and the food and things like that. Now I want to talk about like the cost of living. When I was in America, I was paying roughly $1,400 a month, and here in Nigeria, you don't pay monthly. You pay per year. So we paid less than that for the entire year for our home here in Nigeria. And also there's no such thing as credit here. In America, everything's on credit. Credit this, credit that. And here in Nigeria, there is no such thing as credit. If you got money talks. So if you have the money, they don't care if you make 3 times the amount of the rent. They don't care what your credit is. They just want to know that you're going to pay that rent when it's due at the end of the year, or you know, when you've had your 12 months of where you're living. Also, the water bill, I was paying for water in America, which was like $56 a month. Here, it's like 15,000 naira, and it's like every 6 months, and that's less than $10 every 6 months. So you're saving a significant amount of money living here in Nigeria, so you can live a way better life here, but you also don't have the same stability in the lights. So the majority of people have generators, which we do, and the cost of gas can get a little bit spendy, but it's still a lot less than what I was paying per month in electricity in America. So those are just some more benefits financial wise. Not only that, like there's markets everywhere. You could just walk outside and get anything and everything that you need. I like that there's a holistic remedy for any type of ailment. So if you have a headache, if you have a stomach ache, if you're suffering from this or suffering from that, you can go into the market or some of these other places and get an all-natural remedy or medicine to heal whatever it is that's going on with you. I appreciate that because I would much rather have holistic versions of medication instead of what the federal government pushes on Americans and causes more ailments and sicknesses than what it's, you know, you start out with a stomach ache, you go in and take a medication, all of a sudden you got cancer, you know, something like that. It's not funny, but it's true. Africa is a beautiful place, and I just love it, and this is the best decision that I could have ever made to move to Nigeria.
I am getting a ton of questions asked about Gabby. When is the right time for me to start applying for my visa approval to come over to Nigeria? So listen, this is my advice to you. Do not waste any time. Do not wait last minute to start planning your trips to come over to Nigeria. The holiday season is here. So if you're getting ready to travel within the next few months, within that September, October, November, and December timeframe, get out of my messages asking me when is the right time. It's the right time now. I love supporting Nigerian women and their small businesses.
Collect my money, collect my money, collect my money. Hey. Nigerians, they love money, Sha.
The chicken was so good. Y'all gotta come to Nigeria, like today. The ticket now. Book the ticket now.
Everyone's story is different. Someone's bad experience doesn't mean it will be bad for you too. You need your own conviction. Go see it with your own eyes. I've seen people move to Nigeria or Kenya, start small businesses, raise families, and they are not complaining. They are grateful, they are free. So don't let someone else's fear become your truth. Now, if you're thinking of moving to Africa, here's what I would say. Here's my advice to you. Get your conviction, okay? Don't move because it's trendy. Move because you've researched, you've visited, and deep down, you know it's right for you, okay? Also, plan properly. Moving across continent isn't cheap, truth be told, okay? Sort out your finances, paperwork, and visa details early. It's best to visit first. Don't just rely on YouTube or TikTok videos. Spend a few months in 2 or 3 countries, talk to the locals, learn how things actually work. Okay, learn the culture. Each African country is different. The food, the humor, the language, even how people greet you. That's part of the beauty. Expect challenges, okay, from electricity to bureaucracy to corruption. It's not perfect. But when you're building something that's yours, even the struggles start to feel worth it. Also, build community. Don't isolate yourself, okay? There are expert groups, returning networks, and locals who genuinely want to help you settle. And please think long term, okay? Don't rely on your remote job forever. Start something small, maybe real estate, tourism, tech, farming, or media. Because when you invest, you're not just building your life, you're helping build the continent too. That's how real change happens, not just by returning, but by rebuilding. Now, let's be real, Africa isn't perfect, okay? No place is. But if you've ever felt that quiet pull in your heart saying, maybe this is home, then listen to it, because something is happening across Africa right now. You can feel it in the youth, in the innovation, in the leadership. There is a new generation rising, one that is saying no to corruption, no to foreign control, no to being silenced. Africans leaders are rising and they are saying no. They are refusing to be puppet. It's like the continent itself is waking up. A new Africa is being born. Trust me, you don't want to be left behind when that shift fully happens. So yeah, do your research, plan smart, move with faith, not hype. Very important, because even with all the noise, people are still coming home. And maybe, just maybe, this could be your time too. Anyway, that's my take. What do you think about this shift that's happening across Africa? Are you feeling it too? Do you think Africa is ready for this shift? Anyways, drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're already in Africa, share what your experience has been like. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you in the next one.